It says we're live right now.
Every time I do, it makes me laugh.
Welcome in. BKU first ever episode on YouTube.
Woohoo!
Episode 19 total. It is Wednesday, December 11th, 2024. Danny,
Yes.
your 2 minutes. Start now.
All right. First off, I want to say a 2-minute shout out to my own self in this show. Every time I look at myself, like my eyes are over here. Anyways, college football playoffs on campus. This is what we want. If you didn't want this 12-team playoff and you wanted to keep it 4, I hope you go outside and I hope you get frostbite on your big toe and your small toe and your ring toe. The hammer toe can stay. That is the only one. If you don't like this expansion, you don't like real football. We played the game on the field for a reason. All right? I don't want to hear SMU doesn't have a shot. Boise doesn't have a shot. Penn State doesn't have a shot. No, they all have shots. They can all win this thing. Ohio State has a chance at redemption. That's something we don't see. This game's no longer a one-game season. I love that. The games, the rivalries, everything is cooler because in the past, if you're a one-loss or undefeated, you're the only ones that matter. Now the 2-loss teams can still fight and still have it going. Anyways, fuck Tennessee. Can I cuss now? We're on YouTube. I feel like I should hold back a little bit.
Directed at anyone.
Right.
Well,
I wouldn't be like Josh Heupel. I would not say that.
That's okay.
You just did to the whole state of Tennessee.
Yeah, but they're not. That's
just
not
go.
a person. Anyways, Tennessee, Ohio State. We're gonna get into that tonight. Notre Dame, Indiana. It's the battle of both in-state rivalries and state in between rivalries, right? Because we have Kentucky, and then we have Indiana, which is north and south, and that's the 2 minutes.
That's all you get. Okay. Thanks, Dan.
I'm excited, man. I'm excited.
I was
I'm so
expecting
excited.
more.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Being able to see myself isn't gonna work.
We did this.
See yourself.
How many episodes with you seeing yourself?
Yeah, but now I know people will see me.
Well, get used to it. Big day.
Some face.
Some big news today. Just announced just recently. Bill Belichick heading to North Carolina. First ever head coaching job in college for him. Trevor, your take on Bill Belichick going to North Carolina?
I thought it was weird at first. Like, what? This guy doesn't know jack squat about recruiting. Then I remembered one thing. He's 72, and he recruited a 24-year-old girlfriend. He can recruit in the nation. Anybody in the nation. I like it.
No. He recruited the girlfriend because of his bank account.
By the way, NIL. What is college football nowadays? NIL.
Yeah, you can go get NIL and be with a hot woman at like Alabama or Georgia, though. Why is she settling for this rinky old guy?
Because he's a good coach. He's one of the best football coaches of all time.
Nah, he was good because of Tom Brady. Let's not get it twisted. Tom left, he went down.
Wrong.
Tom Brady rode a bunch of those to a Super Bowl win. So you can say what you want.
Tom's got the rings. Tom left. He went downhill. There, I said what I wanted.
Because everybody else also left when Tom left. So,
if he was that great of a coach, he could coach the 4 of us to a Super Bowl.
Rumor was that he dropped a 400-page.
I don't think so.
400-page.
Hunter, shut the fuck up. You like Notre Dame and Tennessee.
Manifesto. You know what you're talking about.
IUOH. That's where we're at today.
Oh, wow.
Go Big Ten. That's all you had to say.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, there you go.
Anyway, they dropped a 400-page paper on the North Carolina athletic director's office with all of his demands and wishes. So I'm interested to see if Bill Belichick actually get those granted. Because wasn't the rumor his son, he wants coach in waiting?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one of the agreements.
There's no way they accepted that, right?
You're North Carolina. Why not?
He's been in Washington, right? Isn't he like an OC at Washington?
I think DC.
DC?
He's had a podcast recently, too, with Matt Patricia and Joe Judge. Bill Belichick, that is. That's crazy.
What happened to Joe Judge? What's he doing?
They're on a podcast.
That's it? He doesn't have a job anymore?
No. He could bring him here, I guess. Special teams coordinator or something. Connor, what's your take on Bill Belichick coming back coaching?
I think it's kind of weird. I honestly, in my head, I wanted him to come to the Bengals.
You want Belichick to the Bengals?
Yes, I wanted Belichick to the Bengals.
Well, too bad Zach Taylor's staying around.
Unfortunately,
His offense has been good.
Joe knows the offense better than Zach does.
You don't know that. You're not at practice.
Yeah, you don't know.
Joe
Anyway.
knows it.
What if Joe's really bad and
better
Zach
than
Taylor's just really good?
Why do you think he cans everything all the time?
Because he gives them two options for a play and then cans the first one. That's what the play is for.
Because Joe knows.
Don't watch any offense. They'll say alert, alert, and they'll switch the play. Anywho, yeah. Wednesday, big week. Transfer portal has been lively. A lot of people in it. I think there's over 1,500 players right now.
Yeah.
Jackson Arnold, Matt, USC's quarterback. Help me out, Trevor.
Miller Moss.
I almost said Matt Miller for some reason.
Max Miller. Well,
That was rumored to be favorites for
in the
him.
transfer portal.
Mississippi State's rumored to be favorites for Jackson Arnold. The Jeff Levy tie-in with being in Oklahoma last year. A lot of players. Danny, do you like how the portal's set up right now?
I don't think it should be open, and we still have a season going for some teams. I know there's that loophole with like the 5 days after, but they got to find a way to do this all in like February. I don't know why we do it now. I mean, I do because we're in school, so like kids have to get enrolled for the new semester. But it's still just kind of weird to me. Like Devin Brown is in the portal, but he's also our backup and could play a huge role in winning the whole thing. It's just weird. It's a weird.
Yeah, the rule is you can enter within 5 days of your last game of the season. So all these players in the playoffs, they can leave right after, as long as it's within those 5 days. Yeah. Trevor, do you think it's a little outrageous how players can just jump around now after? Because Malik Murphy's
I like the novelty of the free agency. Mm-hmm. It's exciting. You know, it's a little bit fun. Like, oh, where's this guy going to go? You should be able to bet on it. I don't know if you can. It'd be pretty fun to bet on.
I'm sure someone has it.
But I don't think it's good for the sport overall. I think some transfers, you know, like your fifth years going somewhere, or your 8th or 9th years now, whatever. But I think over time, this is just not going to go anywhere. It's just going to be like, oh, this guy is going to offer me more money. I'll go there.
Yeah. I definitely think they're going to get a hold on it over the next, couple of years. If they don't, then it's going to get outrageous.
I do too. I have faith that they'll put caps and regulations on. And once they do that, this thing will be what everybody wants it to be. It'll be good.
Underwood took a big NIL deal at Michigan. So what if he plays next year and
the rumor is he got
double the money? Is he just going to transfer? Then what if somebody offers him even more money? Transfer again?
I don't know.
It's pretty slow here.
It's interesting, to say the least. Because then you have teams like Ole Miss who half their roster, or half their starters at least, are coming from the portal every year. And then you have teams like Florida State who also do the same thing, and now they're, 2-10 this past year?
Yeah. I still think to recruit. Sorry. I was saying I still think to recruit and to build culture and to get guys 3 years plus in programs is still the way to go. But I don't think if you want to do 15% of your team is, plug and place with the transfer portal. I think that's the way to go. I don't think that you should do a 50-50 or much more than 15%. I don't mind you're down a running back, go grab, Quinshon Junkins, go, Caleb Downs. But, I don't know. I think when you start adding, 5 to 6 starters out of the portal, I think sometimes that's where, I think it's really cool for, teams like Louisville. Louisville could go and, grab, our Tyler Shuck, our quarterback this year was a 7th year from Texas Tech. We can go grab Devin Brown now, and bring him in. It's great for those small schools. I think the idea of it's great. You get these players and no longer can Bama hold on to every good player in the country and just make them ride the bench. But at the same time, what Trevor was saying with the whole Bryce Underwood, I'm going to just go every year. I'm going to go where the more money is. That's what they got to get a hold of.
A lot of parity helps cause in college football, like Syracuse and Duke.
Yeah.
Getting new starting quarterbacks.
What, he got Malik Murphy with Duke, and then you talk about Kyle McCord?
Yeah.
Yeah, like that's awesome. The
Malik
bad
Murphy,
stuff is when you just chase the money.
Yeah, Malik Murphy's back in the portal. Rumor is that Auburn's going to be a strong case for him. So we'll see. It's a lot of ways to go before
you see
shuffled
Chip
out.
Trainium is in the portal again.
Cranium?
Yeah, Danny, that's
Chip Trainium? Yes.
Yeah. He was in the portal. He started at ASU, OSU, Kentucky. Now he's in the portal again.
Going for 4 for 4. A faux, as the kids used to say.
you get the faux.
We got any other news before we head into the little breakdowns, previews, predictions? Nothing? All right.
I was going to get their quarterback, so just watch out.
Do you?
Yeah, watch out. We're going to get him.
All right. Starting with the first ever college football game in the 12-team playoff era, the number 10 seed, Indiana Hoosiers.
That's cool.
Going to South Bend, Indiana, take on the Fighting Irish, who are number 7. The Irish are favored by 7.5, over under 50.5. Con Man.
Yep.
Your favorite team in the world.
Yep.
Fighting Irish.
Mm-hmm.
Riley Leonard.
Yeah.
What?
The defense.
What?
Yeah.
Jeremy Love. Is that his name?
What?
Jeremiah Love.
Jeremiah Love. I knew it was close. What's your confidence level on a scale of 1 to 10 heading into this game? It's a state championship, essentially, because every other team in the state sucks ass. But they're in a good spot, and they're on the easy side of the bracket. So you guys have a good path if you can get through Indiana. Indiana could be a live dog, though, so you better watch out. What are your thoughts?
Confidence. Let's say it's a 6.4 out of 10.
4.
I'm not too sure which Riley Leonard we're going to get on Friday. Could be the Riley Leonard that knows how to run the ball and throw it, or it could be the one that we got in the beginning of the season against NIU who just doesn't know how to play ball. It's just like he went brain dead or something. No offense.
No, true. They've had their ups and downs all year. You never know truly what you're going to get out of them. The defense has been consistent, I will say, all year. USC gave them the most trouble that I had seen all year, though. They took them down to the wire and then a couple pick sixes late, extended the lead. Danny, the Hoosiers. We had a little firsthand look about, 3 weeks ago at them. Your thoughts if Indiana can keep this a game and maybe even win the game?
Oh, yes on both. They can definitely keep it a game, and they can definitely win the game. Their offense, just that first drive against Ohio State, proved that. They were able to move against the big boys. I think their defense is legit. I think Notre Dame can hit some lulls.
LOL.
And on their offensive side, they had to escape with 2 huge defensive plays that you cannot rely on week in and week out with the 2 pick sixes against USC. Notre Dame, a lot like Connor said, though, they got version 1 that could compete and win the whole thing, or they got version 2 that will lose to Indiana this weekend. It's just which version is going to shine on Saturday or next Saturday. But
Next Friday.
Man, fuck it. You know what? IU, Notre Dame, it's going to be a great – it is the perfect start to this on-campus playoffs. I think this game is really close. I do think Notre Dame wins it, but I think it's close.
Yeah, I've been back and forth at it. Indiana, their strength of their defense is stopping the run. I think they're top 5 in the country in stopping the run. Notre Dame obviously likes to control the game by running the ball. They don't want to rely on Riley Leonard. You don't want the ball in his hands late and have him decide the game, which they've been pretty good at. He made some good throws against USC late. The throw to the tight end in the corner. Connor knows what I'm talking about. Put it right in the spot, right over top of the USC defender with late in the third quarter.
Oh, yeah.
NFL type throw. You all right there?
Yeah.
All right.
I think he's
Anyway, I think if Notre Dame is able to control the ball early. And if they get a little lead, Indiana's not built to catch up that way. We saw it against Ohio State, a couple mental mistakes, dropping a punt, letting a punt return touchdown within a span of 4 minutes in the game. It really turned and flipped it on its head. And they were unable to recover. So, Trevor, give us your lay of the game.
In-state rivalry, right? Rivalry. What the hell? This could be cool if it's like a new rivalry. I don't know. I really want to go with Indiana. I really like them. I think their offenses, they were stifled against Ohio State, but I think they're still there. The talent's still there. I think if they jump out to an early lead, I don't think Notre Dame is as good offensively to just come back like Ohio State did. And they're not going to make mistakes again like they did. And I think Cincinnati's a good enough coach to solve those problems that they had with special teams. That is just they're going to be a lot more sound. So I'm going to go ahead and take Indiana outright.
Taking them outright.
You got a score prediction?
Score prediction? Yeah, I think both teams it's to be like a 35-31.
35-31.
God,
High scoring.
Because I think Indiana's going to want to jump out and get going, and then Notre Dame's going to have to try and keep up.
All right, fair. Connor, I'll let you go next.
Wait, we're doing score predictions now.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like Notre Dame's defense is pretty good. Indiana's is all right. It's not the best, but just depends on what, like I said earlier, what Riley Leonard we get. So I'd probably go Notre Dame 21, Indiana 7.
They don't score. You're saying Notre Dame shuts them down completely.
Yeah.
Very little success. Oh, interesting thoughts. Danny?
Yeah, Connor, I just want to pick your brain a little bit here. What is obviously, and I'm not trolling, I promise.
The troll.
What? Right. So you beat A&M to open the season.
Right.
Feels great.
Right.
Then you lose to NIU, a heartbreaker.
Mm-hmm.
What game has kind of been there as a fan where you're like, boom, that's what we got to do to win a natty? Because, like, in my opinion, what I've seen is like you guys barely beat not a good USC. I guess you beat Army and Navy, but they got one thing. You figure it out, and I just want to know what was the turning point this year where you went from we just lost to NIU to we can win the whole thing.
Honestly, it was how many weeks ago was that? 3 weeks ago was the Army game. Okay. That's the team I want to see.
The team
like it's just all put together, wheels all turning all at once. It was probably the best I've seen them play all season as like one.
Right.
Now, A&M, if you're for that good of a caliber of a team, it was kind of, rust, first season of the game.
First game of the season. Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah. No, it's all right.
I don't know. It's just I'd rather see them how they played against Army than A&M, because if they played like they did against A&M, they'll probably get beat.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. I don't think I agree with that, because you were on the road also in that game. You made a couple mistakes, and it still didn't really affect their offense to the point where they couldn't do anything. They were still able to impose themselves on the Aggies. Indiana's a different story. I think they have the little grittiness to them. They have this underdog mentality. Good for you. Marcus Freeman did, in fact, Google Coach Cignetti.
Yeah, that was
which
fun.
I don't know if many coaches have this year.
No.
Because they are 11-1.
Probably Ryan Day.
Ryan Day probably Googled him.
He should have Googled Sharon Moore, too. But he
probably searched Sharon instead of Sharon, and it probably just messed up his outlook in that game.
She's kind of cute.
Anyway, I think Notre Dame, they'll be able to control the ball early. I think they'll be able to pull away, extend from Indiana. And like I said, I don't think Indiana has the weapons to keep up in a shootout type game. but I will take Notre Dame to win about 27-13.
Thank you,
I'm
Ron.
saying 27-17 Notre Dame.
Gets wrong.
So we're
I actually disagree with Trevor. I think Indiana throws like a pick six or something, and I think next year he'll have those boys going. But I think Indiana is a prime example of the lights get big in certain moments. I think Notre Dame's a team that their offense isn't good by itself, so they rely on pick sixes and whatnot to beat real teams. And then they look good against like the military, but the military kills people. They don't score points. So I think Notre Dame's a little fraudulent, but I think they get past IU just by bullying them in the trenches, and then IU's gonna have just one costly turnover that takes this thing from it's like a one possession game to two possessions. And I think if IU goes down two possessions, it's over with Notre Dame. They got a good defense. Notre Dame does.
I hear you. But no. Next
all right,
one.
fair enough. Yeah, Trevor.
That's a fair point.
Connor, Danny, and I are taking the Irish to move on to take on Georgia next, and then Trevor's taking Indiana to move on. I am wondering that if Indiana gets a shot at Georgia, could they make that competitive against the backup quarterback?
I don't know. It's Stockton. I don't know. He's weird. He beat
Stockton came in against Texas, and they finally started scoring.
Yeah, but like the fire, and they're playing up for him in the moment. It could be completely different if a team gets to prepare for it rather than not being expecting it. Anyone got anything else on that game?
We'll be you guys coming over to the Flying Hawaiians house?
I don't know.
Maybe. Possible.
I don't see people through race.
So we'll be at Heritage Court then, watching it.
Heritage Court.
All right.
I'm going to watch
Moving on. Our second of two previews tonight. This is a big one. This is at least 66% of the podcast this is their number one game for the week. The Tennessee Volunteers, the 9 seed, taking on 75%. Taking on the number 8 seed, Ohio State Buckeyes. The Buckeyes are 7.5 point favorites. I think it opened at 9.5, if I'm not mistaken. So a lot of money's going to get put on Tennessee right now. The over-under is 47.5, the lowest of all 4 playoff games. I think the biggest question is, what kind of Buckeye team are we going to get? Are we going to get the ones that we saw the last time they lost at home to Michigan, and they played Georgia in the Peach Bowl, where they played with their hair on fire, C.J. Stroud let it rip? That was the closest we got to Ryan Day letting the ball hang out and just firing the ball down the field. That's the last time I think we've seen that. So I am interested. I'll start with Danny. What are we expecting from the Buckeyes?
We're expecting that 2022 Georgia game. I'm expecting that throughout the rest of the season. To be more precise, though, I'm expecting the Oregon game from earlier in the year. I think if you play that sound and good of a game, minus like the last 5 plays or whatever, I think that game gets you to the rematch of Oregon again. If we can play that good, like I don't know where that team went. Even like against Penn State, they were like there, but it feels like they weren't clicking as much. And then ever since Penn State, they just haven't shown up. And then like the Michigan game, I don't know. But I do know it's there. And the last time we were in this situation, after losing to Michigan but still being in the playoffs, it's only happened one other time, and that was 22. And I know what I saw in 22, and it came down to one play again. I just hope Ryan just lets loose, play the game, don't be nervous. There's going to be 100,000+ nervous people for you, so you don't have to be nervous. Go out there, throw the ball. Like, I'd rather Will Howard throw 3 to 4 picks in this game and lose it that way than for him to just hand the ball up the gut on first down, second down, throw on third down, incomplete. Now it's 3rd and 7, and we're going to throw a little out route again, and Michigan's going to jump it because we run right to the sticks. Every time we run right to the sticks and we go out, and we've thrown multiple picks on that play alone. It's just, with the weapons we have, let Will Howard make Howardisms. Let him. It's okay. He's probably 3 years old now. He's played in so many games. He's as prepared as you can be. This is as good as he'll be. Let him go out and play football. I feel like Ryan was just trying to control that Michigan game, and we've talked about it. He wanted to beat them a certain way. I think he's got to get away from that, and I think if he coaches like how he has, the other 70% of the season, I think we're okay. But what scares me is Tennessee plays the same exact game we do. They want to play defense. They want to run the ball. And it's going to come down to what team hits 2 out of the 3 deep balls. I also hope we fucking throw it deep because we don't do that anymore.
I have a question for Trevor.
Hello.
Okay, scenario given. Tennessee wins the coin toss. They defer, obviously. Buckeyes get the ball. Start the game off.
Yep.
We see pass, incomplete pass, first down. Second down, draw. Third down, incomplete pass. How many is it going to be loud and boos for the Buckeyes at that time?
No.
You
I don't think so. Well, if you threw it twice, you threw it twice. I think if they was, they got to that third down and they run their 3rd and 7 draw, then you might hear some. But I mean, if you're throwing it twice, incomplete, maybe a drop, let it go. Plus, it's still early, first quarter, jitters, playoff game.
Our first comment of the night. Clayton Stallhaber.
What? Oh, that's cool. You can see that.
Love the hand movement by the guy in the lower left. Of course, talking about Danny Corbett. He's just so animated. He loves talking about his Buckeyes, even when they disappoint.
Shout out Stallhaber.
100.
Danny.
What? Oh, hey, Clayton, be careful. Don't get on a plane with who.
Anyway, Connor.
Easy.
Your second team, the Volunteers.
Yeah.
You've been riding high with them the last couple of years.
Yep.
This is a Josh Heupel-led team that I feel like they have very little pressure on them coming into this game. It's all on the side of the home team. So do we think we're going to get the pass rush we've seen all year by them, except for when they've been on the road? Their 2 losses are on the road. They've played their worst football on the road. It seems like those type of environments affect them very much, but not Dylan Sampson. So what do you think the key is for Tennessee to win this game against the Buckeyes?
Listen, like the old saying is, third time's a charm. Third time on the road, basically. Well, not technically on the road, but third time, going somewhere big. I think defense will come out pretty strong. I'd say they'll be fired up. I mean, who wouldn't be fired up for this game? 8 o'clock in the shoe, primetime football. Everyone's watching. But Dylan Sampson, I think, is going to run the ball pretty well.
Yeah, that's a truck.
Keep going.
He's been a monster all season. I think Ohio State's going to have their hands full with him, and it's gonna be a slobber knocker, I think. So,
yeah, it should be a good one. What grade of the game do we need from Nico for them to win this?
What grade?
Yeah, like does he have to play his A+ game? Does he have to play a C game?
I'd like to see his A+ game.
Of course,
but you can't depend on Dylan Sampson the entire game. Ohio State's that good of a team that they'll be able to make adjustments and shut that down real quick.
Mm-hmm.
But to answer your question, I'd say he'd need to play like a B-, maybe high B+, somewhere in the B range.
Well, I mean, I think if you're talking about Nico this year, what is a B- game? Is that 160 and a touchdown
with no picks?
Yeah, there is a B- 250.
I think his B- game we saw against Oklahoma, where he did probably that exact stat line, where it's about 170, an interception, and a touchdown, and they won the game because Dylan Sampson, they led on him.
Right. I want to say against Vandy. I don't know what his stats were for Vandy.
They let it rip against Vandy. He had probably his best game of his career. He's been heating up those last couple of weeks.
I'd say that's probably his A+ game. But if if Ohio State takes away a couple of them pass plays that Vandy couldn't, I'd say that'd probably be his B- game. So if he plays like he did against Vandy and Ohio State's defense does pretty well, then I think he'd be all right.
Yeah. A good question right here. Moving on to our picks here. Danny,
Iowa Hawkeyes.
even in Tennessee's losses, then
Yeah.
they're able to lean on Dylan Sampson hands down. Like teams know it's coming. They'll give it to him 25 times a game. He'll rush for a $150 easily with a touchdown too. They lean on him in Florida, ended up helping him out in overtime. They leaned on him in Arkansas. He was the only success they had offensively in that game. And the same for Georgia. In the Georgia game, he did the exact same thing. So how do you think the Buckeyes can limit Dylan Sampson and make Nico throw the ball?
Tackling him.
Yeah, that's a great point. That's a great point.
Come out. If he ends up being a problem in the first couple drives, put an extra guy in the box, force Nico to make a play, trust your corners. If Nico can throw it over the top against us, then Oregon's going to do it next week.
Shout out Garrett. Tennessee Vols are awful, indeed.
Yes, they are, Garrett. Nice profile picture, by the way. So I think load the box up a little heavier. Maybe go 8 in the box. There's ways to scheme around it. I will say if Sampson is getting 20+ carries, I'm either going to love life or hate life because it's either all they're going to be able to do or it's going to be all they need to be able to do.
Yeah.
So. And Ohio State's shown problems when teams can throw it over the top with Oregon, and they've shown problems with teams that can just pound the rock like Michigan. So,
Yeah, great points. Key to the game for the Vols, they're going to have to lock down Jeremiah Smith and Emeka Nabuka. It's easier said than done. I mean, Garrett just proposed a good question in the chat. He said, who's the better quarterback, Riley Leonard or Will Howard? I think they're very similar, if this is a serious question. Because we've seen the best out of both of them. They have been elite at times, and they've been able to show their skills running the ball, and they've been able to fuck up some games for them.
AJ.
Like the pick against NIU, that was a drive killer for them, and it set up a game-winning field goal for NIU. Danny, what were you going to ask?
What do you think the touchdown to interception ratio is for Will Howard this year?
I think he's thrown for 29 touchdowns and 7 interceptions.
Close.
What is it?
I believe it's 27 touchdowns to 8 interceptions.
Why would you ask a question you don't know the answer to?
I do. I heard it on Minister Sports like 7 hours ago.
All right, I got a question for you two. Trevor, you can join in on this if you want. Sorry.
Go ahead.
Let's keep the comments nice and friendly. This is a college football show. We're all one big family here.
I mean, he got you there.
Yeah.
Anyway, Connor, your question.
Is Ohio State's offensive line back to full strength or no?
No.
Negatory.
They lost left tackle for the year and left guard for the year, correct, Danny?
Yeah, we're down like 3 linemen right now.
Do you think that's going to impact this game?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Can't run the ball.
It's something we've been out the last 3-4 games now. We've been down. Like, we lost Josh Simmons against Oregon. We lost, who was it, AJ? Was it Hensman?
No.
Fryer? Yeah, Fryer.
I think so.
Yep. So, what's up, Trevor?
That's 2. I'm just counting.
Yeah, if they lose another one, it's going to be rough. It will be rough.
Bark.
They haven't been able to run the ball consistently like that since the Oregon game. The Oregon game, I felt like they had a very good game plan going into it, and then they lost Josh Simmons, and it kind of just ruined it. Clayton again. If you think Tennessee's going to win, respectfully eat rocks. Fire emoji.
Hey, is Clayton? Are you going to the game?
I'm no chicken, and only chickens eat rocks.
I wonder if Clayton's going to the game.
Digestion.
He probably got season ticket pass first. I mean, I know regular season or for the public, they go on sale tomorrow at 10 a.m. I'm going to expect the cheapest ticket you can get by now is probably going to be like $350.
Did you?
C-Deck.
Yeah, the Notre Dame ones are the most
Those
expensive.
are like $800.
The highest one is like $1,055. It's insane.
I am just a chill guy. Wishing Ohio State could beat Michigan. What I really would like, Garrett, is for Ohio State win the whole thing, and then we'll worry about Michigan next year. That'd be cool.
True. But yeah, it's gonna be a fun game. It's gonna be a big game. This is a dream matchup. There's not too many opportunities you're gonna have an SEC team in the horseshoe. So this is gonna be a big one.
What about next year?
Yeah, and that's another thing I want to point out on.
Yeah.
The SEC, we gotta beat this freaking team. Not because of the fact that it's Tennessee, but like we're losing to Missouri. Like
Well,
we're not just,
they
no,
didn't have any-
I know, but it doesn't help. Like it's like we can't even win when we're supposed to win. Now, I'm not saying Missouri is like we put our best foot forward. I get that, but like just like in terms of like it doesn't help. It doesn't help the mindset. You know the.
I will have the
I'm
revenge
focused on
on
one
Missouri.
game right now. Okay.
Yeah, I know Ohio State's record against the SEC all time is what 3-14,
Like 14, yeah.
but the one got vacated for 2010, but it still counts. They didn't do anything illegal.
Arkansas.
Well,
Yeah,
they did.
but we'll get to our game picks here. Trevor, I'll start with you. The one kind of
With me. Okay.
undecided one.
Yeah, I am undecided. I am middle voter. I have no idea what to think in this game.
Shout out to Dan Corbett here.
And Danny Corbett commented on
I have
no, this guy's making
What
it
is that picture, Danny?
Danny,
crazy.
Danny, read it out loud.
All right, what was the snort by Connor about? And my real question is, do you guys think Burke and Iggy have their shit together for this game? Also, does Ryan Day and Chip Kelly ship down their legs again? Dan, what was it, Dan?
I'll answer all those questions in my pick.
Yeah. I guess I'll try and answer. What was your name? Dan something? Corbett? Yeah, I think Iggy and Burke had a really rough game against Oregon. I think they've been fine other than that. I think Iggy needs to stop, playing hand tag with so many people. I think Burke's fine. I'd take him over Sauce Gardner. I think Chip Kelly and Ryan Day just can't beat Michigan. So until it's November 29th, 2025, I think we're okay. I think it's back to what you would expect. But until that Michigan logo comes back up, then scream and shout and let it all out.
It's Brittany, bitch.
Thanks for the question, Mr. Corbett.
Thanks, Mr. Dan Corbett. I agree with what he said about Igbinosun. He's very physical. He likes to play tough. So that's the true question. Early in the game, are they going to let them play physical? Or are they going to keep the flags in the pockets? Or are they going to be a little handsy? That's what I want to know.
What?
Trevor, do you want to give your prediction and why?
Yeah. I don't want to predict this game. I think this is Ohio State's favored by 7.5. I think that's a lot because I don't think either of the teams are going to score that much.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be a low-scoring game. And I don't know. I like Ohio State. I think they have the opportunity to be a more explosive team.
Mm-hmm.
They have the guys there. They can just lob it up to Jeremiah Smith 15 times if they want to, and it'll be lights out from there. Or barbecue chicken, as the one guy said. But, I mean, if Nico plays the game that everybody thinks Nico can play and is A+, sorry, Nancy, I'm on midnights. I was sleeping. I would have, but sorry.
I love this thing.
Anyways, yeah, so I'm going to go Ohio State. I think it's like a 24 to – actually, I think it's going to be 23-19.
You're taking the Buckeyes.
With the Buckeyes.
Tennessee to cover, Ohio
I'm
State
sorry.
29.
What did Trevor say? 24-19.
23-19.
We got a 23-19.
Danny, you want to go next, or you want Connor to go?
I'll go.
Go
Connor
ahead.
can wait.
Asshole.
Well, I mean, Connor, were you on a viral TikTok? No, I don't think you were. Anyways, I love Trevor's pick. I'm gonna go 27-21. But that 21 that Tennessee is gonna score is gonna come odd. Like there's gonna be like a safety and then a 1-point safety, and it's like they might get to 18, and then they'll get to like 21 from there. It's going to be weird. I think this is a couple defensive scores. I think both teams might have a defensive score. It's going to come. I was talking to Gavin earlier via Snapchat, and we were pretty much saying both of these teams are going to play really close games. Both teams want to establish the run. It's going to come down to who can hit that deep ball, because both teams hopefully are going to throw about 3 or 4, and the one that connects with them to score the most points will win this game. And I think Ohio State and Jeremiah Smith will come up massive. I think he gets 2 touchdowns.
It's a good pick. Connor, go ahead.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's going to be a close game. Slobber knocker, like I said. Obviously, taking Tennessee. Final score 23-20.
Wow,
Ohio State misses an extra point.
You're loving your throwing out your extra point misses, huh?
Yep.
All right. If you've been listening throughout the season, you know I picked Ohio State in 2 games this year. One in the Oregon game and one in the Michigan game. So I'm not doing that again. I'm out on them. I have no faith in this coaching staff, at least offensively. In big games, I don't see it. I don't think they come out aggressive. I've only seen it twice under Ryan Day, and he did it against Georgia, and he did it against Clemson in 2022 or 2020.
In the playoffs.
Yeah, he let his balls hang out, and he really unleashed it. And I don't think we'll see that here. I don't think they're made to play in the elements. I think Tennessee is a Big Ten style team. I think they're a better version of Penn State. That's what I've been calling them all week. I think I trust their quarterback more than Will Howard. I think Nico's got the 5-star abilities to beat this Buckeye defense if he can just make 3 throws, like Danny said. He makes 3 throws.
I never said that.
Game. You did say that.
I said.
I think Dylan Sampson's going to be a lot. My lamp just fell off the table. We keep going.
Chad, we're going to keep going.
The Buckeyes defense, I think they'll show up really big here. I do like the over a lot in this game. I think it's going to be a classic Big Ten low-scoring event. I think I'll take the Vols to win a low-scoring 20-17 game. And I think they move on to play their first ever Rose Bowl, I think. I don't think they've ever played in the Rose Bowl, correct? They'd play on Oregon, and that game would be awesome. But, we have a couple great questions here. Big one we didn't talk about. Ohio Representative Josh Williams. He proposed a bill in the state called the OHIO, help me out, Sportsmanship Act, where it's illegal to plant a team's flag in the middle of Ohio Stadium. This is a bunch of like shit. Why do they think this is a good idea? Did they not think they're going to get backlash from the rest of the college football world saying how soft this is? Danny?
Yeah, I don't really I don't get it. I don't know where their angle was on this. I don't really know what this did. Like, yeah, it was a problem and there was a fight, but like I don't know. It's weird to me. Like normally I'm pretty petty and normally I like things like this, but this one's just weird. Like I don't understand the reward you get from this.
So I saw on the line that this man is from Toledo and is a very big Detroit Lions fan.
I did see Big Ed say he was a Michigan fan.
Do you think he's doing this just to rile some feathers? Say, hey, look at this, we're soft. Just saying.
Nancy again saying that was a sign, the lamp falling down. It might have been. I hope it was. but I'm not picking the Buckeyes to win a big game.
My mom hates you right now.
What?
Or whoever mom is.
Yeah.
Hey, what do you choose what questions you pop up?
I can choose the comments while they pop up. Very cool.
Are these the only couple comments you've gotten?
Oh yeah, I see one. I don't want to select that one yet. I'm just trying to get on the topic we're actually on. Connor, your thoughts on the flag planting proposition?
I mean,
Okay.
they're kids. Let the kids play. That's what I think. If they want to plant a flag, plant a flag. Why are we making a bill to basically make it a felony to plant a flag in the middle of Ohio State?
Soft. Very
Yes.
I think they should make the fighting legal after the game, actually.
I think it'd clean up a lot of stuff. It'd clean up a lot of the issues.
If you get one of those games like it's low scoring and you think you should have won, maybe there's a bad call, duke it out. Let's have a fight. See who wins.
We saw 5 fights during rivalry weekend.
What if instead of a coin toss for overtime, you just start a fist fight?
I mean, it's like hockey. Let them fight.
You could organize it too, because Ohio State already has that ring painted on the field. What do they call that? Like an O or whatever they have.
Lacrosse.
Just stay inside that O that they have painted. You're already out there for the coin toss. Duke it out.
I don't think I want to stand inside of a butthole.
Interesting. Next one. Wait, did we all give our picks for this game, the Ohio State game? I think we did, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Ohio State massive.
Connor and I taking the Vols. Danny and Trevor taking the Buckeyes. Good question from Garrett. We talked about this on a podcast that's never going to be released because it's still processing somehow. What are your thoughts on SMU getting over Alabama? I agree with it. Do I think Alabama's a better team? Yes. Do I think they had a harder schedule? Absolutely. I think Ole Miss should have gotten over both of them if we're just going on best team available. But who deserved to be there? SMU went 11 or was it 11-1, 11-2?
Well, they ended up being 11-2, I think. The second loss came in the title.
Right. But you see all the SEC people saying, "Oh, we can't schedule out of conference games. We got to make it easier on us." You lost your 3 in-conference games. I don't know what people are yelling at.
That's had a very easy out of conference.
Yeah.
I mean, Wisconsin, but
South Carolina scheduled Clemson, but that's just the rivalry factor, and they beat them. So I understand their gripe with it, but this is the format. I'm not going to argue over teams that are a 14-11 getting in the playoff because what's the point? There's a good chance none of these teams are going to win anyway. But the fact that you can get in is the big thing. SMU, they got to the ACC. They're not even getting paid revenue sharing for their broadcast views. They're paying their own thing with their boosters. So, yeah, I didn't mind SMU getting in. Did you guys have a gripe with it?
No, we play the games on the field for a reason. If you're going to get judged off how you win, then what are we doing? We should set the scoreboard different if winning isn't enough.
Right.
They won. They deserve it. Alabama, don't lose 3 games, and then we'll talk.
Connor, Trevor, agreed.
Ditto. Yeah, it's.
Oh, another good one. Danny Corbett asks, AJ, didn't you try to set your house on fire? Why did we listen to you? That's a very good question. Some people enjoy reading. Some people enjoy bird watching. Some people enjoy football. I enjoy cooking on the side, and I like frying chicken.
On the side of the pan, you enjoy putting
I enjoy cooking.
The outside of the pan.
Unfortunately, sometimes cooking doesn't like to cooperate at the same time. So I did have a grease fire, and the stove it's retired. We had to put the stove down.
Sometimes you cook, and sometimes the cooking cooks you.
Kinda. I did get some grease burns, but
Good one, Dan. Yeah.
That was very good.
I'm a grease burn survivor. If anyone cares. Good news is we do have a new stove. New stove is over there.
New stove.
New stove is there. It's very good. I had cooked spaghetti on it last night, so it's very, very good. The other one's out front if anyone wants it.
I got a question.
Free stuff.
Are you going to be cooking any more fried chicken here lately?
Oh yeah, I currently have chicken marinating in the fridge right now. So yes, we're gonna give it a go. probably tomorrow. So I'll live stream that and let you guys know how it goes. Anything else we got before we skedaddle? Oh, wait, I did want to do one more thing.
Oh, let's play one of your games.
Okay. This one, it's not a game.
Danny loves your games.
It's more of a I want you to be like a representative of one of the 4 playoff teams I give you, okay? I want you to convince me why I should pick you to win the national championship on FanDuel. All right? I'm going to give you a random team, but you have to convince me with whatever it is, no matter if you don't agree with it. Okay?
I like this.
You understand?
This is going to be fun, Danny.
I thought we were just going to talk about the 2 games and dip. I still got to preheat the oven. I still got to make my cookies. I still got to
You
take
can
a
still
shower.
do it, Danny. It's not going to take that long. It's not going to take that long. Okay. Trevor.
Yes. Okay.
You are the Clemson Tigers.
Oh, gosh.
Convince me on why I should pick the Clemson Tigers on FanDuel to win the national championship.
Hickory dickory dot. The mouse ran up the clock. Coach Sweeney got that drip, and now he's in the playoffs. All right, that's all you got to do. It's Dabo Sweeney. He's one of the greatest coaches of this past, 10, 15 years.
BYOG, brother.
That's all you know. Hear me out, Clemson Tigers. Do not hear me out on a tiger. I would not have intercourse with a tiger. But yeah, I think you just got to look at it and say he's still Dabo. You know, he might not have Trevor Lawrence back there or Deshaun Watson. But that's all. It's Dabo. Because there's not much else you can say about Clemson.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
One. How good is Texas really? They played a good team twice. They lost both of them.
Okay.
Would they Arizona State in the second round?
They'd get Arizona State.
Okay, they could win that. Douche is correct. He is a douche, but he's a good douche.
Yeah.
And then they get Oregon, Ohio State, or Tennessee. That's where they would win again and get to the national championship because it's Dabo freaking Sweeney. Final answer.
All right, so I should pick him because of Dabo. I like it. All right, Danny.
Yep.
Your team is the Southern Methodist University Mustangs. I want you convince me. Why should I pick them to win the national championship?
Look, man, it's the one and only Pony Express. We bring Dallas. You're going to get viewers. We're the underdog. We don't play like underdogs, though. We took Clemson to the wire, a team that wins nothing but national championship after national championship. Granted, it might have been a couple years ago, but hey, you know. And then, Pony Express, man, iconic 80s Dallas market. We've won almost every game we've played in. We're red. We got a really cool colorway, and we'll run through you. Nay, we're the freaking Mustangs.
Should I be concerned with you guys going to Pennsylvania to play your game? Being from Texas?
It's cold out
No,
there.
dude, we're horses. We'll put on a couple extra pair of horseshoes, and we'll get to almost. Look, we might almost win, and almost only counts in
hand grenades.
Horseshoes and hand grenades. Yes, so
nice.
we're there.
I like it. He tied it all together. I liked it. All right, Connor Beckman, are you ready?
Yeah.
I'll make it a little easier on you.
Oh.
What?
I'm not good at talking like you guys are.
Oregon. Oh, why is Oregon going to win it all?
The Notre Dame Fighting Irish. Convince me. Why should they win the national championship?
It's un-American.
All right. If you look at past coaches in history, all right?
All of them?
All of them. Their third year coaching, they usually make it to a national championship.
All the coaches?
You look at Marcus Freeman, this is year number 3. So we got him. We got Riley Leonard, who is a transfer from Duke. Duke, yeah, from Duke. Jeremiah Love, who runs all over every single defense almost, besides NIU. I don't know what happened there.
Pretty bad defense, not to.
So, yeah, pretty boy swag right there.
That's fair enough. That's all I need.
Yeah, and their defense could arguably be the number one defense in the country.
And your coach is a Buckeye. Your head coach is a Buckeye.
Yeah, he's from Wayne, not Wayne Township, Wayne Dayton.
Danny Corbett once again bringing the facts. This argument sucks just like Notre Dame. Well, matter of opinion.
Tell you what, those Corbett's are.
Danny, you see that picture behind you right now? That's how you're going to look next Saturday.
Famous?
He's going to look viral?
Nope, not famous.
Viral. Danny, in that picture, you look very lost and confused.
Connor, I'm going to be honest. Saturday, I'm going to wear my Christmas sweater. I'm buying a smoker in the morning. I'm supposed to hang out with some of my friends. I don't know why it would be sad Saturday.
Next Saturday. I said next Saturday. Did I not?
He did say next Saturday.
No, I heard Saturday. And
he said next Saturday.
No, he didn't.
He in fact did. Aiden coming in and saying Notre Dame sucks.
Thank you.
It's the Hoosier State.
Yeah, who's your daddy? Notre Dame. It's Kurt
That's
Signetti.
wild,
He's your daddy.
That's wild.
Wow,
yeah.
You're not you.
Notre Dame's getting a lot of heat.
That's
Connor, is
fine.
your little
You always
brother
take the
a
heat.
Notre Dame fan?
Huh?
Is what's his name, a Notre Dame fan? Your little brother?
Yeah.
Garrett?
Yep.
Where's his comebacks on these comics, or is he off? I mean, you guys are getting
Probably off. He's probably off doing better things right now.
What more could you want than talking ball
He's probably walking back from
at Ball Knowers University?
He's probably walking back to his
Presented by On Fire Sports.
Presented by On Fire Sports. Shout out to Trevor. I tried to make that our YouTube name, and it's already taken. So,
We can be On Fire Sports, and then the BKU could be for football. Who knows? We might have a basketball coming out. It'll still be presented by On Fire Sports, but it might be a different name.
I'm definitely making a Cincinnati only sports podcast too on the side.
Yeah, and it could be presented by On Fire Sports.
Yeah. But Trevor, what? You want to be on that one?
No.
Yeah. Anything else we got? Any best bets for Army Navy this weekend?
All right, AJ, I'm going to give you a team.
All right, give me a team.
Yeah.
Alabama.
We deserve to be in. No one plays a schedule like us. We have two of the best wins in the country this year. We beat Georgia.
Yeah, but you're not in. So how are you going to win it all?
We bust the kneecaps of all the Mustangs.
Hey,
we steal
That's a good point.
How are you gonna ride your horse in when they're all busted kneecaps?
Because it don't matter if your kneecaps are busted. It just matters if the horse's kneecaps are busted.
Okay, Danny, can horses swim?
The horse name was Friday.
Can horses swim?
Yeah.
Can they swim in 30-foot water? Roll Tide!
Yes. If you can swim in 1 foot water, you can swim in 30-foot water.
They wouldn't have to swim in 1 foot of water. They can just
If
stay
they
in.
wanted to.
Shout out to
Maybe.
Navy all the way.
Said Navy all the way, but they won't win. Sad face emoji. That's how I feel about the Buckeyes, Dan. That's how I feel about the Buckeyes. Any quick picks for Army Navy this weekend?
Apparently Army, because Dan says they won't win.
No, Navy.
I'm taking Navy. Navy straight.
17-15.
This is one of the best rivalries in college football. So it's always just a treat to see them on screen together. I think if Army's able to get Bryce and Tyson Daly going early and often, they will be hard to catch up. Danny.
Also, let's not forget the nightcap. South Alabama versus, Western Kentucky?
They play They play this week?
Saturday, 9 o'clock.
Well, they play
In
for
the Salute
bowl game, right?
Veterans Bowl.
Gotcha. I forgot we had other bowl games this week.
I think Frosty might be airing on Saturday too.
And do you know what South Alabama's things are? USA. America's going to win this weekend.
Did you do this for S?
I said USA.
I think it was counting.
My fingers are disappearing. USA.
That is not. Oh, okay.
My fingers are. I'm just counting the letters. It's cookie time.
I got you.
Enjoy the podcast. Come back for the next one where we talk the other games.
Yeah, we have. We'll talk Texas, Clemson, and Penn State, SMU. It should be a fun one. We'll be back. What day works for you, Danny? I know your schedule is always the one that's a little messed up.
No, I mean, you guys got me up late on a work night now. My cookies
true.
are going to be eating cookies late. My stomach's not going to settle. I'm probably going to
We'll stay
wake
Wednesday.
up in the middle of the night with a tummy ache. But, anyway. So I
You
don't
want
think
some
you really
cheese
care
with your
what works for
wine?
me.
Here, we'll be back Sunday night. Sunday night, be live in action. We'll be here at 7:30. That'll be the start time for the podcast. Just like tonight, we started a little later, trying to figure out this new format. Trevor, your face?
No, that should work.
Are you working that day?
I don't know.
Fair enough. Everyone have a great weekend. We'll see everyone Sunday nights. Go military.
Go America.
Let's have a weekend, America.
Yeah, America's going to have a good weekend. Thank you guys for being on. That was BKU. That was episode 19. Have a good weekend. And God bless.
Hemorrhoids.